welcome back to Spellweaver. My name is Boltor, and today I wanted to bring you another deck discussion video, and this one comes to me from probably one of my favorite deck builders in the game right now, and that's Rhijan, who I'm probably ruining the name of, but you know, that's what I do. I'm a caster, I do stream stuff, I cast tournaments and everything, and I ruin names. It's part of my job. Now, anyway, this is a deck that I stumbled across while I was actually streaming the last Asperia Cup, and I loved it. I loved it the instant I saw it. It's not trying to do anything super special, but what it does really, really well, and I wanted to spotlight it. So, as you guys can see, pretty much everything like right about here looks right. It's a mono corruption control deck, right? Noxious Fumes, Word of Pain, Infected Survivor, Mesmerizing Spirit, Splitting Headache, Blood Witch Harpy, Tombs, Succubus, all stuff that looks normal. But what is that? What in the world? Why is that rage in there? Oh, I'll tell you why that rage is in there. And I love that the rage is in here. It's a mono corruption control deck using advanced Nephoros, but it uses just the tiniest little pinch of rage. Just a little tiniest dash of rage. And why does it use rage? Why does it only use Fireball, Fire Blast, and Ultra of Dragons? Ultra of Dragons, even though, you know, you see, you look, there's no dragons in here. Why? I'll tell you why. Anyone who's ever played Mono Corruption, think about all the creatures out there with 3 health. Elf Commander, Library Guards, Opponent Succubus, Necromantic Cult, Blood Witch Harpy, Niana. All those cards have 3 health. How does Corruption deal 3 damage outside of combat? How? Consume Spirit with 3 Corruption levels? Yeah, but Noxious Fumes with Plague Vermin. Okay, your opponent's getting 2 for 1 out of that one. So how does it deal? How do you deal 3 damage in Corruption? The answer is you don't. But you compensate by throwing in a little dash of rage. You notice. Fireball, deal 3 damage. Fire Blast, probably the best removal in the game at the moment. Deal 3 damage and 1 across. Ultra of Dragons, deal 3 damage. That magic number, 3, comes up every single card. You use it to remove creatures that you can't remove otherwise. And I love this idea. I love the concept of this deck. And I've been playing the deck, and it works. You know? I mean, if anything else, the Fireballs also give you extra reach. I mean, you're already draining your opponent for 3 with Succubus and gaining that 3 life. So, in essence, if you really think about it, Fireball is another Succubus, just one that doesn't gain you life. But you'd still play a Succubus even if it just drained your opponent. That's why you play Word of Pains, you know? And just the concept of this deck, I love it. But now now you've heard me gush, oh, this deck is so cool, it's so awesome, I love it, I love it. You've heard me gush about it enough. So actually now I want to go into a little bit more detail about the deck. So anyone who's ever played Mono Corruption knows that you're sacrificing ramp, you're sacrificing card draw for pretty much sheer, I don't want to say it, not aggression, kind of a mixture of removal and card advantage. And card advantage sounds weird when you're not playing any draw, but if you think about it, you've got Mesmerizing Spirit, you've got Splitting Headache, as I said in the Lorenthiel video. You can out card advantage your opponent as long as you're denying your opponent cards. And you can do that with the discard engine. And of course you've got Blood Witch Harpy, who's probably the best anti-aggro creature in the game. Eats up a majority of the elves. Eats up Powerless Incarnate. And even it works with Infected Survivor and Tombs of the Damned, you know? These 2 cards together actually create one level 1 creatures that Blood Witch Harpy can then sacrifice and can actually ramp you. Now you might be wondering where's Infernal Tribute in this deck, and I believe, and pretty much it got sacrificed to fit in the Rage engine. But you've still got Noxious Fumes, you've still got Blood Witch Harpy, so it's enough removal to deal with aggression when it comes to you dealing with control. you try and out-advantage them with Mesmerizing Spirit, with Splitting Headache, and Tombs of the Damned. You play Tombs, and you're getting a creature every turn. Even if they destroy it, you still get a creature. And if you can control the board with, you know, Sanctum of the Void and the fire-related removal, then you can slowly build up a wall. You can either Alpha Strike them with a bunch of zombies, or you win through draining your opponent with Succubus through Word of Pain and, you know, Fireball to finish them off. So it's not exactly the most intuitive win condition. I mean, when you're playing Mono Corruption, you're the Drain engine with Succubus and Word of Pain. That's still pretty, you know, apparent. It's still pretty simple and pretty common among Mono Corruption decks. But you've also got the extra reach of the fireballs to where you can, you know, potentially burn your opponent for 9 or burn your opponent to death. And if you hear him in the background, that's my beagle. That's the Bungle Beagle, the one who's been with me through all my videos so far. He's snoring, coughing in the background, so if you guys hear him or hear a weird noise in the background, that's because I have a beagle. And again, anyone who knows my videos knows about Danny the Beagle. So pretty much the deck is designed to not die early. So basically you want to go turn 1, or you want to kill something early with Noxious Fumes, drop an Infected Survivor or a Mesmerizing Spirit to carry you, you know, through the early game. Fire Blasts and Blood Witch Harpies help you to survive and whatnot. And then you want to kind of transition into the late game where you're draining your opponent to death with Word of Pains or Succubus. And again, Fireball can finish them off, although you're pretty much using Fireball a little bit more for removal than for actual burn damage. But it's nice that you have that option. And I've won a game or two, you know, double or triple fireballing my opponent in the face. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about with this deck. I mean, I just wanted to call attention to the fact that there's just this tiniest little bit of dash of rage in this deck. And I saw this, and instantly I knew why the rage was in the deck. I couldn't see that he had played, you know, Altar of Dragons without, that's weird. Okay, there we go. Moving my mouse up and down, move the whole page. I think there's something wrong with my mouse wheel, but anyway, before I even knew there were no dragons in this deck, I'd seen in the game that I streamed, or the game that I covered that Rhijan played in, or played this deck in, I saw the Altar of Dragons. I didn't think he was playing any dragons. I thought he might be playing like 1 or 2, but I saw the Fire Blast and I saw the Fireball, and instantly I knew it was to kill 3 health creatures. 3 health creatures that's Corruption. Can't words today. Corruption has such a hard time dealing with outside of combat. Even a lot of their creatures, you know, only have 2 attack. The zombies only have 2 attack. The Spirit and the Harpy only have 2 attack. So you throw out the fireballs to kill things like Harpies, to kill Succubus, to kill Elf Commander, to kill... I've gone over all of these, or so many of the creatures, and I haven't even covered them all. You know what I mean? I've only covered some of the ones that were more prominent. The Elves, the Corruption cards and whatnot, the stuff that you're more likely to see. But, you know, if you just sit back and you think about all the creatures in Spellweaver that have 3 health that you want removed from the board almost instantly, there's a lot of them, people. And this is a great answer for it. This is actually one of the more creative answers I've seen in a long time. And I've been around for a while, and I feel like I've seen as many, or all the decks that you're going to see, and this one still surprised me. So that's pretty much the reason I wanted to list, or to mention it here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, the whole 9. You know, if you enjoyed the video, that whole spiel that every YouTuber out there does. But hopefully you guys will see me and Fuzz and Noxious in the Asperia, or the Pioneer Cup, or Pioneer Invitational, excuse me. I got the Asperia Cup and the Pioneer Invitational screwed up. The Pioneer Invitational. Fuzz and I, as I understand it, will be doing the official Spellweaver stream, and Noxious will have his own stream. So if you want to see Noxious, great. If you want to see us, cool. And we'll hope to see you there. So this one, I'll be doing deck discussion videos of Pioneer invitational decks as soon as the invitational's over with. So thank you guys so much for watching once again. I do this video, or I do these videos, this channel. I cannot words today because I love the community and I love to make videos for you guys. So thank you again so much for watching. I can't say that enough because it baffles me that I'm even at 200 subscribers and I continue to grow each day. So thanks again. May the cards rise to meet you and bring good RNG to your enemies' enemies.